What up? What up, y'all? It is your favorite candy lady, Miss I Candy. And I got my girl Karma Fox. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year's!
Hope you guys are having a great New Year. Happy Black History Month coming up. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Karma, happy grad school.
It's the season.
It's a lot going on, right?
I know. Happy Jonathan Majors past weekend.
Girl, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
I thought about him as the day went on. Like I saw his picture. He was given 1950s feel. Like I just know he had a good Jim Crow time.
He want to be Martin Luther King so bad.
I love that for him.
So bad. Okay. Like Bernice said, my mom is not a prop. So we go. Today, y'all, it has been a minute since we talked. We ain't done a review in a minute. You know, holidays came up, kids. We had a lot going on. Karma got school. And then I honestly, like, I wasn't watching the show, like, when they was coming. I was waiting because I was kind of getting burnt out, like, on all the reality shows. I was, like, far behind, but it's 2024, and I said, I'm going to do better. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to be focused. If a reality show is just not it, I'm going to just move on and go to something else. I'm not going to just hold on to it. I'm going to still be consistent with content, but I'm not going to hold on to these shows, okay? That's what I'm not going to do.
But I love to hear. That's what I love to hear.
But we are at the end of this season of Love Marriage Huntsville because we are in reunion shows, right? So far they've done reunion part 1 and 2. And we're going to do a review for that, just to give you guys our thoughts on what happened in the reunion shows. I don't even think we should update about the episodes. Like, whatever. The rest of the episodes, I don't even remember where we left off. So I actually briefly, like, looked up, you know, again today to kind of catch up to make sure I had some notes. I got some video clips for y'all. And we stream live on Instagram. What up, Instagram people?
Okay, then, IG.
Okay, that's a new thing, right?
That's a new one.
Just to YouTube and Facebook, but what's up, Instagram? Okay, so we got a lot to talk about. So we're just gonna go ahead and go to it. Let me go on to my little stuff. You know, the first thing most people do when they talk about these reunion shows is the fashions. The fashions.
Okay, like, do they never have a theme?
No, they don't.
And that's what it feels like. Like, I need them to have a cohesive theme of what we're doing. It's so hard to judge the fashion sometimes because I'm just not sure what's happening.
They just trying to look good. Honestly, their theme was they think they look good. So we just have to go off of if they look good or if they don't. Now, I couldn't get everybody's single picture because I don't know why. I Love Marriage Huntsville. Like, these reality shows is real hard to get pictures these days, and I don't get it. So the ones I got, I'll show, and then we can go back to the big picture to get other people. Kimmy, what did you think about Kimmy and her look? No.
I don't even know what it is. I don't know if it's the earrings. I don't know if it's the feathers. I don't know what it is, but
okay.
It's just okay. It's not.
Yeah, I wasn't. Kimmy's done better. She's done better. Here's a closer one of Kimmy.
Oh, no, I don't like that neither. Okay, see, like, now that we even get a closer, see, she shouldn't even have did that because no, for real, because that's probably what it is. It's the way this dress is even fitting her. Like, the skin underneath the dress and stuff like that. Like, it just doesn't look. It looks like it needed to be tailored. And I really just don't think this dress was for her. And I don't like these earrings.
Okay.
I think these earrings was way too much with these feathers.
Maurice looked very. I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna let you comment on Kimmy because I don't have anything bad to say, but I don't have anything good to say. It was just okay. All right, you know. Then we had Maurice. He just looked basic. He didn't, you know, do anything great. I mean, I was told that it's men fashion is really hard. It's hard for a man. You know, women got a lot more options than men do, and we do. You know, like as far as how we can like look pull looks together, but he could do more than he does, and he always does that. So I don't really, he ain't even trying for me to say anything. So okay, Stormy and Courtney. I like that they matched. I do like that they were matching. You can see that they tried. It was an effort to come together as a couple. I don't like that she put him in that pink outfit. It looked like I don't know. It looked satin. It just looked weird. His body type fitted or something. It didn't look on his body.
I don't like the material. Number one, I don't like this material at all.
Yeah. And they had a couple pictures, honey. They wasn't playing. Stormy looks pretty though. Her hair looks pretty,
and Kimmy looked pretty too. Kimmy looks pretty too. And I love Stormy's makeup. I love the hair in this more than I liked it on the couch. Actually,
I like her hair.
I'm not sure what the disconnect was.
Better there.
I like this.
Yeah, way better. Hair looked better there than.
And honestly, this picture looked better than them being on the couch and doing a group photo that we started with. Like this looked better, but I'm not.
Yeah. The other person that I got a good picture of solo was Mel. Mel was giving us Renaissance. I felt she looked like she went to Beyonce's Renaissance concert. And if that was the look she was going for, she gave it. She definitely gave Renaissance. Otherwise, I don't know why she had on tinsel. I don't. I don't know. If it was Renaissance, if she was going Beyonce, Melance, and I'm coming giving y'all my Renaissance, yes, you did that. But otherwise,
well, that's what I mean by like, there's no theme, and sometimes it's very hard to judge. It looked like everybody go to different events.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I liked Mel's look. It just looked so loud on the couch
compared to
you know what I mean? Like you said, if we was going to a Renaissance, I don't understand the theme, and so it's very hard to be judging some of these like looks. I can only go by based on like how it's fitting on the body and stuff like that. But like, I need for everybody to know what event they going to.
Yeah,
I just
makeup. I like Mel's hair. That no complaints about that. The tinsel Renaissance outfit was very Renaissance. I'm gonna say that. Letitia and Marcel. I do like that Marcel's handkerchief matches her dress. I did not like her dress. I don't like the part in between her breast and her abdomen. The area. I don't know what that was, but the whole reunion, I kept staring at it. I don't know why. It looked like pantyhose got a run in them. That's what it kept reminding me of, and it just kept throwing me off. But I do like the color on her, and I like Letitia's hair.
And you know what, too? Because I don't know how if they have like an individual stylist, or is it more like, they just kind of pick a piece or whatever. But I think what would be really helpful for them is when they're trying these pieces on to do whatever it looks like have a seat, take some pictures, so that you can kind of get all the angles of it may look good this, but us sitting down, like we're gonna need to take
too, because when we try to look on the internet for these pictures, it is hard to find them. On network, Carlos. I know Carlos is got his own thing with his YouTube channel, getting all these interviews with all these people, and he feel like he's doing something else. I need you to focus on your moneymaker, which is your shows on OWN. And you need to make sure that's a little more polished, especially with the reunion. How come we can't find pictures of these outfits to really look at them? Like, it's a headache.
Yeah, the reunion rollouts, I don't like them. There's never any pictures prior. There's just always just a trailer. There's no theme. I don't care for the staging of the reunion. Yeah. People are very far back. Like, I don't like the even everything about like the reunion of Huntsville. Aesthetically, I don't care for, and it's been like that every reunion. I'm not feeling like I don't know where the budget is.
You know
what I mean? Look at this. Look at where is the budget? These different colored chairs with the gray and the brown, like everything about it.
Do you see Courtney, how he look in that outfit? Do you see what I mean when I say the way it fits him?
Yes, and that's why I said it looks better sitting down than standing up. And I'm like,
that's a man, baby. I'm gonna need you to watch a man. Make sure he put together good. That's a big dude. He ain't no little dude. I will say Martell can wear a suit. He really should focus on that suit line. situation, because that was an interesting suit. Who else? Big Lou and Tiffany. That was cool. They looked like they was going to like an elegant dinner event or something. And I like Miss Nail's dress. I don't like Chris's Fletcher's suit, but I like Miss Nail's dress. So
I thought Nail looks really good.
yeah, that was I like Nail. I said, okay, Nail, come through. Yeah. I like Nail. She looked good. Okay.
I mean, so, yeah, you know.
The fashions is hard. It's hard. It do be hard because you be like,
what are we going for? Like, it's just and like I said, just the staging setup, just the conference room.
Just so it's everybody is so divided on this show. Maybe they can't just come together to do a thing. You know, like I don't know
what that means. That just sounds like something production tells you to do. That's like in a like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know what that means. Ain't nobody tell y'all to get in a group chat. That's production that needs to say this is the thing.
I feel like the way Carlos does Love Marriage Huntsville is not as organized as Bravo with, you know what I mean? Like with production saying these time this. It seems like a lot of Love Marriage Huntsville stuff is a little bit different. Just the way they got Melody always around her abuser and they don't care. Like, you know, like,
and you know, Bravo usually goes on, I believe the history is we go on the theme of the cash trip.
Yeah.
And so, you know, Huntsville kind of does a cash trip. I mean, this year they did Houston. They've done Vegas before, so they've had these cash trips. So I'm not sure why they couldn't do a similar setup or just whatever, but there needs to be a theme surrounding the reunion. So it just looks like a more cohesive set. Yeah. Even Carlos looks like he's going somewhere. It's just very hard to judge.
Put that in the suggestion box for Carlos. Carlos, can we get a little bit more themed with the reunion? And can
I want a theme for your reunion
match? You know, just not look. You know, I get it. You know, because you're not.
And I want some better pictures.
We would love more pictures, better pictures.
We would love pictures prior to the reunion,
so we can look. We can see the looks. That's important to us.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just go into it. Part 1. All right, let's see my notes. I got notes on part 1. I don't really have notes on part 2, but I got these video clips in order, so it should help me remember stuff as well as you. So it starts off, they walk in, we see Letitia and Marceau, they wearing like champion boxing capes. Is that they call capes? Whatever. Jackets, like they gonna come in with all the smoke, you know. Carlos asked Mel, was she gonna talk? She said, yeah, she gonna talk. Then we see Maurice and Kimmy come out first. Maurice steps on Kimmy's dress. Carlos a little bit shade, like have Kimmy's back for once. I said, ooh. And then they tried to brush it off, but they heard that because I heard it, okay? They heard that. So then we get everybody out there. You know, we're talking about the looks. The first thing he goes in on is the Black Expo. All right, so you know, we got tired of talking about that Black Expo ourselves. I don't really think anything happened except for Letitia was saying how she just felt like no one was really supported. They did this event for the community and everybody was giving bad, you know, feedback and constructive criticism. People ain't want to help. People ain't want to do this, that, and the other. And then Marceau said that he felt like Maurice, Martell, and Mel gave good advice or whatever. Like they actually was trying to give constructive. We already know Letitia didn't like Mel. They weren't in that space. So that's why she wasn't listening to Mel, because Mel's, you know, criticism wasn't bad at all. But what did you think about that? Any comments on any new info on the Black Expo situation?
I just feel like the only thing that I really wanted to discuss around the Black Expo was like maybe 2 questions, and one I just didn't really feel like he got to. I think the question to Tisha should have been, you know, what would have been the proper way for you to take feedback since you had a concern? What would you have liked them to say? Yeah. And would you have still been open to it? And then the only other thing about the Black Expo was, you know, do you feel like the way you conducted business as far as asking for the money from Stormy, yeah, you know, do you think that was the best thing? I feel like those were the only 2 things we really needed from the Black Expo to have a little bit of banter.
Yeah.
The way he kind of phrased the question, all that just kind of was like,
yeah. We did get a little bit of info on the $200 thing because that is where Stormy start calling him a bitch. I got a clip of that. I'm gonna play that, but let me just go in order of these clips real quick. I'm gonna play them. I'm gonna get up to the Stormy calling him a bitch thing. We'll go back and forth. But the first one, it says it's low volume, so I want to get out the way. This is a conversation that came up because they first started with Kimmy and Maurice too, when they were talking about, the low libido, cancer, sex situation. We was over that. And Maurice basically said he was wrong, he was ignorant, he's sorry. Period. He was trying to he like, look, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about this no more. Kimmy said that she actually wants to have a healthy sex life too. It's really not just him. It don't matter, girl. You can't fix that. You had cancer and this nigga did not care. Like, that is what it is. There's no way to fix it, make him look good, sweep it under the rug and say it was you too. No, it wasn't, because you did not have the drive for it and he ain't give a shit. That's what we saw. You can't change it. But that also went into the conversation of Mel saying that she had fake orgasms her whole marriage with Martell. And Carlos brought this up. So I do have a clip, but it's a low volume. So just y'all listen for a second and then we'll talk about it.
I mentioned recently on this show that there's cap. It's always wet. Mr. Holt, were you faking an orgasm in your marriage to Martell the whole time?
Yes. I was.
Lies.
Martell,
I gotta look at a curve. You ain't even fake nothing.
Martell,
Oh my God.
it's no different from the same way you were faking that you were being faithful the whole marriage.
Okay.
So listen, yes, I was. And much to what Kimmy said, I think a lot of women do that because you want your mate, your spouse.
Ain't no woman up
You
you
live
faking
in-
nothing. That didn't make you satisfied.
You know what? I don't even like that big ego type thing and that big. No, it was not.
That didn't make you pleased.
When a person is on one day in terms of lovey-dovey, then they treat you bad the next day.
Yes,
As
it's
a
mental
woman,
with the woman.
emotionally and mentally, that plays a toll on how your body responds.
Did you enjoy your sex life with Mel? Obviously.
He did, you can tell.
He said it was wet.
You can't tell me what my body felt.
That's
Do
right.
you think a man can tell you what your body felt? That's what I'm saying.
I can't believe that she said she never had it.
He hurt.
I know for a fact she's lying.
Okay, so Martell, as you can see, was really not feeling her saying that she faked the whole marriage orgasms, the whole marriage, 4 kids and all. She's faked orgasms, and he was not feeling that. Do you think that Mel faked it the whole marriage? Do you think she's saying that to like embellish something, or what do you think? What is your opinion?
I think either or is quite possible. I mean, I know girlfriends that have not fully enjoyed their sex, like or at one point it may have been okay because there was an emotional connection, and it might not have been what their partner was doing, but where their mindset was. And then once that left, right, it really wasn't what they were doing to get them
Right.
to that kind of. So I think both can really be possible. I would not be surprised. It is not far-fetched at all. I know women in their 30s who's never even had one. What you think?
It's women in their 50s that ain't never had one. I think every woman is guilty of faking it. And we do it for their egos. Let's just be honest. We do it for their egos because we actually do care about you. We don't want to hurt your feelings, or because we wanted to hurry up and be over with. We can fake it. One thing that I have learned in the last few years of my life, because at one point I was like, I just don't think I like sex. I just think maybe maybe my sex drive dropped, my libido. I was going through the same thing, but it is very mental. I need men to understand that for a lot of women, sex is a mental thing. We don't because you ready. We just hot and ready for you because you say so. We're not a pizza. We're not Little Caesars. So like Mel said, if me and you having a bad, like time, you got your side chick calling me and shit, telling me put Martell on the phone and this, that, and the other. Yeah, like no, you know what I mean? I'm really not connected. I'm really not enjoying it. I might just be doing it to go with the flow, feeling like that's my job, or because if I don't, you can go to this home and give her some. Like that is part of the situation. But I do understand that women, myself included, have been guilty of faking it, and it has been, like an epiphany for me that it is actually a lot of mentally. I need to be stimulated mentally first, and then it's like chemistry, like you're saying, it's a connection, and you can tell when a guy actually cares because he knows. I had seen something that a while ago. Offset had did an interview, and he was explaining how men need to study their women and their bodies. You know what I'm saying? And actually pay attention to their bodies, because when you do, you know what I mean, you get a different reaction. And I was like, that is so true, because a whole bunch of people really don't. They just do it. They know what they're doing. They do it and they go. But if a man actually pays attention and he studies you and what you like, oh girl, I can understand why Cardi's having a hard time leaving, because that man knows her body. Okay.
Is they back? Is they back now?
They were smashing on New Year's Eve. And she said, yeah, I did. That man knows her body. Okay.
Just take us out the group chat, Cardi. Just take us out.
Take us out. And people with like her fans, because she was going off on her fans, cussing her fans out for being like disappointed in her. And I'm like, I ain't even mad at her, because I seen that interview where that man said he studied her body. He got her. He know what to do. Cardi ain't faking no orgasms, y'all. She ain't faking nothing. Okay. And I believe Stormy, when Stormy said she ain't faking nothing with Courtney, I was like, she probably telling the truth.
That face was straight. I don't fake nothing.
No.
And Courtney give Big Daddy energy. He didn't even have to say nothing. Like he gave the energy of go on and tell him, babe. Like he didn't have to do none of that.
And there's a way, there's a way for men to know if you faking it or not. If you can fake it and get away with faking it and he take it, he ain't even paying attention to you like that. For real. But okay, let's keep it moving. We get to Tisha and Stormy. They're going back and forth. And Letitia she came with some smoke, y'all. She came like she was ready.
Did she?
She came like she practiced, she rehearsed, she had some people in her ear. Like, I'm not saying it was a hit, but she did come like she was ready for war with a few people. And I'm gonna give y'all a little snippet of what she did. Here we go. Look.
Boo. What?
Wait, are you alleging that Stormy doesn't pay invoices?
She do not.
She doesn't?
I've been getting so many calls. You ain't the only person she owed money to. She owed invoice for this. She owed this. She owed that.
But she saw what
I don't know. I don't really know them like
No,
that. But the Huntsville streets has been talking.
What they been saying?
That she owe invoices. We ain't the only people she owe money to.
So when it comes to business, I think it's very low to try to throw like low blows when all of us are Black entrepreneurs who are learning and navigating our way through this space, and we don't necessarily normally have the resources or the mentors to guide us as we're coming up. I blew up overnight. Tisha, when you make as much money as I do a month, come holler at me. Bitch, you want to beat me, hold on, play with me. Don't play with me. I don't give a about none of that talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. It don't mean we ain't doing it. But don't
Did you not sit there and try to come for me immediately? Like you was practicing in the car.
That's not okay.
So that's what it is.
We need one person to speak at a time. Marcel, go ahead.
She did though, right?
What I'm saying
Bitch was practicing in the car.
is that I
Bitch
think
reading
that.
scripts on
Go pop some pills, girl, and shut up. That's what you do.
Oh,
I mean, but you're going too far.
Okay.
what's
Way too
wrong,
far.
girl?
Okay.
So Stormy, let me.
What an epic fail. What an epic fucking fail.
You see how she threw out? She was like, take your TikTok money and go pay some invoices, right?
And this is the thing. This is what I think Stormy, I actually like Stormy. I really do. I think Stormy is battling because when what's her name was on there, what was that girl name? The friend of the show? Donnie, Destiny.
Yeah.
When Destiny was on there, I think Stormy got a bad rap for being ghetto.
Yeah.
And I feel like Stormy really tried to give a different side this season, one that I did enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
But this was the time to tear her up. A couple of reads off the top of my head. A couple of reads.
Hey, Rezzy Poo. Hey, Rezzy Poo. We miss you, Pooh.
Hey, yes, hey, boo. That would have just came to my mind when
Go
she
ahead.
said,
What you got?
"Your streets is talking."
Mm-hmm.
How you not listening to them about your husband, but you listening to them about my invoices?
Mm.
How you worried about my invoices and you weren't worried about the nigga that put the stuff on the website? How you concerned about my business but want to copy and paste it?
Mm-hmm.
You not business. You can't do a black expo. You don't have no office. There is nothing boss about you but a name on a sheet of paper. She should have ate her for breakfast and lunch. You worried about my TikTok, your engagement could never.
But
the only
TikTok is bringing in money.
Love Marriage Huntsville.
And the whole thing is her TikTok is bringing in money. Like, you mad that she
I
getting
would have ate. Let me tell you, Letitia had been crying the way I would have ate her up. Again, when it comes to this is why I call your husband a bitch. I can't be civil because the only civil things y'all know is litigation. Y'all in litigation for that construction work, for not paying no invoices. Who are you playing with? She should have. You could have. Shut up and pop some pills. No, that's what y'all do. That's a family issue over there. Don't confuse me with the energy you need to have for the woman who threw the drink in your face. Your energy.
So was that? Do you think that was like some underground tea that we didn't know about with the popping pills? I had seen, like, I have been going down the rabbit hole about that because I was like, what? Like, that ain't Kiki. Did she forget? Did she throw the read for the wrong person? Like, you know, she got all these reads and she threw one at the wrong person. Or somebody said something like at one point Stormy was going through depression really bad where she almost unalived herself and she was taking medicine for that. Like, that, because if that was the read, that's not funny, baby. That's not a good, you know, like, I was trying to figure out what Letitia was even doing with that popping pills thing.
Again,
that's what Marcel was like, you going too far.
She wouldn't have got that off. And that's just it. So whether I was popping 20 pills or not, the fact that you still can't beat me and I would be high on Percocet is still a problem.
Yeah.
It's still a problem. You're packing only maybe 50, 20, 100 orders a day from a copy and paste website. You can't even oversee a website designer. You can't even oversee vendors, how many you're getting and getting direct payments. There is nothing boss about you. You have to be a boss in order to stay in your marriage and feel validated. Girl, I ate her up with all facts. Who you talking to? They have a whole. She got a ranch at her house. Yes. You don't have a house.
Yes.
You have an apartment and a renovation not fixed.
Yes.
We're not the same on any level. What are you talking about? Girl, Carlos would have had to pull me back. Semantics, you doing fall flat every time. You want to bring
you did good. You did good.
Her up.
Speaking on the copy and paste, we got a clip on that because they talked about that too.
In your collars.
Here we go.
When you saw this copy and paste error that was conducted from your website onto hers, what did you feel needed to be addressed just based on seeing that?
Let us not even get into what I feel needed to be addressed. I gave your ass grace. That's what the I did. But what we're not going to do is not act like y'all didn't come sit here on this stage with the agenda and that was a statement you just said out your mouth.
But so, Carlos, can I answer that question for you?
Yes, you can, Letitia. Thanks for asking.
After it happened, I have a web designer that I use in Huntsville that a lot of people use. We've used him for a lot of our things. He corrected it. I said, fine. It's on my daughter's.
Let me stop you there. And listen, I agree with you 1,000%. It wasn't your error. It was definitely copy, paste, control, Apple
I'm not trying to say it wasn't.
So if that happened to me, I would have said to them, you are going to go on your page and release a statement stating what you did. I think it's unfair to you that you received a lot of backlash
Yeah, the damage is
because of
already
it,
done.
because the damage is done.
Here's the thing, Carlos. Anything that happens negatively or adversely in business, we have to take the blame for it. We do. We got to sit in it. A shipping policy is not something that a graphic designer can be responsible for.
It's a boilerplate template.
I want to move.
Okay, so first of all, Carlos irritates me because Carlos is like a schoolgirl that is just in the middle and just loving it. Like, do you see his faces during these clips? He is like, boy, he can't be the host no more. Y'all get somebody else. Get somebody else to do it.
What I would have asked her, what would have made your web designer even pick my page? Males sell hair care products. Mm-hmm. What made your web designer say, I'll do page and copy and paste?
Million other hair care products out here who he could have copied from their page.
Okay, why would he copy and paste from a cast member?
Right. And also, why can't Letitia just say, I'm sorry? You know what? That's an error my person made. I am so sorry. Story, I did not mean.
But she's not a boss.
She's sorry. She's
not a boss.
You didn't do it. You are responsible for your company.
She's not responsible, y'all. She's not a boss. That's what I'm saying. Stormy could have read with facts. She's not apologetic because she's not a boss. She doesn't know how to make a statement because she's not a boss. She didn't come up with a shipping panel policy because she's not a boss. She didn't oversee it before it was published because she's not a boss.
Yeah.
She's not a boss. She's trying to be a boss when she grows up. That's what she's trying to accomplish. She's on the journey to this.
I guess for me with Letitia, I'm expecting her to have an adult mind, and she still has the mind of a child. Like it, because again, when something happens for your company, even if it's an employee of yours, like a manager at Starbucks, right, did some racist stuff. People went viral. It went crazy. Starbucks had to make, like the CEOs had to make a statement apologizing. Letitia, why the hell wouldn't you apologize for this? Somebody stole wording off of her website and used it for yours. Even if you didn't do it, it is your business. It is your brand. So it's stupid. It's just dumb.
And you know what I would have did after I said I gave you grace? You could be expecting my lawyer to call for copyright infringement since you got all that smoke. Yeah. Since you worried about me popping pills, you need to worry about litigation. Because when you go low, I'm going to hell. You want to be a boss so bad? You want to be a boss so bad?
Let's get you another.
I'm going to sue you for copyright infringement.
Now you got another lawsuit coming. There we go.
Now you got another lawsuit coming. Girl, with the tag, I'm it back. Because that's the last time you coming to me like that. Because she really could have done that. And she didn't.
And that's
so the whole I gave you grace.
I'm giving you grace. That's what she meant when she said I was giving you grace. Because she was. Her coming to you like, hey, you know, this, and you wasn't even like humble. And that was unattractive to me, Tisha. That part was unattractive because during the season when Stormy was talking to you about this, you really had no remorse. You like ain't care, like, well, they did it, not me. Girl, that's not how this is. Every time it's a situation and your feet are held to the fire, you always want to brush it off on somebody else. Oh, well, no, that ain't me. I ain't got to do that. I'm not, like them talking to you about your event, your expo. You don't want to hear constructive criticism. It's your event. Why wouldn't you want to hear constructive criticism? Because you're not a boss. That's what it is.
That'll be the catchphrase off of it. You're not a boss.
You're not a boss.
You're not a boss. And you can't even manage your husband to get you an office and renovate your house in a timely manner. And y'all got a plot of dirt.
But he can take a boss to Africa on a
You're not a boss
for a month. You're not a boss.
But she's not a boss.
Okay, so we got Marceau. Okay, we got Stormy talking about calling Marceau a bitch. Let's go to that clip.
You asked Stormy for $100 and you touched her. She said, don't touch me. Do you feel like Stormy was warranted in calling you a bitch?
Here's what I learned about that. At first, I was a little offended by that, but then I realized after Stormy explained that that's what she does in her culture.
So, Storm, I didn't know you're part of another culture that isn't African American. Do you call other men bitches?
Not if they don't act like one. To me, like the term bitch is used for somebody who has an extreme amount of sass, an attitude with it. Me personally, I feel like Marcel do a lot of stuff just to gaslight and get a reaction. Men don't move like that. Men move with a little bit more integrity than that. They don't go around just poking and poking for reactions because they need camera time. And to me, that's stuff that bitches do. If that's what he likes to do, then Marcel's a bitch.
So, but Tisha, one of the things that a lot of people have raised is you have allowed Stormy to refer to your husband as a bitch multiple times.
Well, I don't allow anything. Summer's a grown woman, so I can allow her to do anything. My whole thing for me is how a woman feels so comfortable calling another black man a bitch. It makes me question what goes on in her household. Like, I feel sorry for Courtney. Like, Courtney, blink twice if you need help.
We've been feeling sorry for you.
I don't see how that's okay.
We've been feeling sorry
I mean,
for
all
you.
black men, they work so hard, they do so much, and they get disrespected in this world.
Yeah.
So as a
Black women
woman,
do too.
I would never disrespect a
do
man
too,
like
all the
that. And my
time.
husband wouldn't even allow that.
Yeah.
No, but,
oh, wow.
but honestly, it's not something. Stormy's not a person that we. I don't value her words enough to care about.
What is it about the two of you to where you two really don't get along?
I think that Stormy is a little insecure when it comes to her being in the spotlight and vibing for that attention. So I think that she needs to get that negatively. And sometimes in her way of communicating, as I've learned, she shows out.
Marcel.
You agree with that, Stormy?
Of course not, Carlos. I was known before I ever stepped foot on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Forbes, Business Insider, you can Google me. Before I ever touched this stage. Let's be clear. See, y'all try to downplay that. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about you two.
She said enough.
She didn't say enough. She didn't say enough. When I tell you, I'd have ate them up. Even when Carlos would have said, Stormy, I didn't know you weren't a part of African American culture. I'd have said I'm a part of a I spot a bitch culture. That's what culture I'm a part of. I spot the bitches culture. And that's what I did here. That's what culture he's referring to is bitch assness culture. That he's into that category of. That's the culture. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
She should have ate that ass up on that.
Yeah.
Number two, when she said, you know, I feel sorry for Courtney. Courtney's not a bitch. So that's not the energy he receives.
Mm-hmm.
Your husband is a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So I match bitch energy with his bitch assness. He likes the sass. He likes to go back and forth. He likes to do bitch IG model girl shit.
Yes.
And that's the way that I respond to your bitch ass husband.
And like she said, we've been worried about you. We've been worried about you. That's what she said. We've been worried about you. Don't worry about Courtney.
Well, Carlos would have had to ask me to stop calling him bitch. My words don't have value. I would have kept saying that. Like, you know, he is what he is, and he is a bitch. He the baddest bitch on the stage, to be quite honest. And he'll let you know that.
Yes.
I can't keep going in this room with this bitch and not be the bitch I'm supposed to be because he's trying to out bitch me.
Right.
Now y'all mad because I'm calling a bitch a bitch. Worried about my husband.
And yeah.
Come on now. Well, especially when they said fighting for camera time. Y'all, especially it's like, y'all are hilarious because I would have said even with y'all being on TV, there's nothing for me to fight for because my engagement, social media presence is bigger than y'all's. Mm-hmm. My checks outside of Love and Marriage Huntsville is bigger than y'all. You need this platform. I don't. Mm-hmm. Stormy does not need that platform.
And then she said we're all millionaires. Are they millionaires? I was like, huh? Because Letitia said, like, we're all millionaires
that can't get a renovated apartment and office or your new house.
Right. Like, I need you to be like, listen, there are definitely some holes in y'all story, y'all. Like, for real. Stormy been a millionaire. Stormy been a millionaire.
Them two people
a millionaire. We know Martell ain't. I don't think Kimmy and Maurice either. Melanie might be close because, you know, she been putting in work. But Yeah, I don't.
Stormy is the Candi of Love and Marriage Huntsville.
She is, because she came in already having stuff going, a lot of stuff. Not saying they didn't, because the Holts had the Holt and Holt, like they had stuff. They had the comeback group, so it was like people had stuff going for them. But Stormy is
the Candi, because Candi was already Candi before Candi came on Housewives.
Like
we knew who Candi was, and that's what Stormy
was. Yeah, we did. We knew her. When they came with the Housewives of Atlanta, they had Kim. We ain't know her. Nene. We ain't know her. Sheree. We ain't know her. Lisa Wu. We ain't know her. And what's the other lady? Dang, because she was on there that one season.
Exactly.
We ain't know her either. We didn't know none of them. Second season, Candi came. Oh, Escape, Candi. We know her. So yeah. All right.
Yeah. Stormy didn't eat enough for me.
Yeah.
I feel like she left too much on
I feel like Stormy's upbringing or whatever might make her want to fight. So I feel like she was just trying to keep her.
And that's why I said I think she's trying to balance that, because I think Stormy's temperament is nice, or I don't give a fuck and I'm gonna beat your ass.
Right. And I think
she's trying to find that balance.
Button. I think what happened was Letitia pushed Stormy's button at one point during that thing, and she was like, you know what? Because she wanted to fight. She wanted to get up there and fight Letitia. She did. All right, so
she don't need to fight Letitia. Letitia won't even fight her cousin. Yeah,
she can't. But I don't know. Now, Kiki said Letitia could fight back in the day. She said they used to scrap and all that kind of stuff. And I'd be like, for real? Because Letitia do seem kind of scary.
All I know is Wanda's daughter is not a boss.
Yeah, like she get real big and bad on the stage of the reunion, but
that's another thing. I would have changed Letitia's name. I'd have changed the rest of the name for the rest of the time I was there on that stage to Wanda's daughter and Marsau. She wouldn't even been dignified with a name.
I can change somebody's name too. We gonna get to it, because I got a new name for somebody. Well, it's an old name, but I'm bringing it back. Let's keep going with Marsau being sad.
Your fear seeing your wife turn into Melody?
A single woman, yes. I don't want to get divorced.
Well, you need to stop moving like that.
When I say Melody, what I mean is your fear that she will become somebody that...
Absolutely not. My fear is that she becomes this successful person in the public eye, but loses three of the most important things to her in this stage, which is her children. And I know the love she has, and I know that how much she wants to be in their lives, and how much she wants to be a PTA mom, and how she wants to wake up and make breakfast. And she can't do that when you're booked and busy.
So let me be clear. I stay booked and busy. I travel all across the world doing fashion week, fashion shows, speaking engagements, and everything else. I still cook breakfast for my kids. I still was the room parent for 3 of their classrooms last year. I'm not going to sit you here and let you downplay that being booked and busy means you sacrificing time with your kids, because I still did all of it. I still came to every school Christmas play, Thanksgiving dinner, Grandparents' Day. Stop playing at our faces, because we can do all of that.
Well, look, I appreciate the fact that you were able to be on this stage with the women. Talk about courage under fire, Marcel. Thank you for letting the ladies give you some constructive criticism.
And you know what I would have said, Marcel? I agree with you. She's not a boss. Bitch, the joke would have kept rolling. I agree. She can't be no boss. She's not a boss. She's not a boss. You just said your fear was for her to be super booked and busy. She's not a boss.
Yeah.
Because a boss will require you to put a lot of time. That's why the expo was fucked up. Because she's not a boss. She got to go to PTA. She's not a boss.
And then the last clip I got on Marsau being sassy, and then we can move on to Kiki.
Stay-at-home mom for the first 2 years, and I got from my family, you don't depend on no man, you work too hard, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, so I went back in the workforce.
A family of single, strong women, we call them the Rogers.
No, but then after that...
Uncross your legs, Marsau, while you trying to be funny.
Cross your legs, man.
Uncross your legs. You on the right panel. Sassier than me. Let me cross mine. Well, that's what we talking about. That's what we talking about.
Sassy. Sassy.
You know what I would have said? Slay, bitch. slay bitch.
He had that
You
leg.
better read the bitches down.
You know how men normally, right? When they cross their legs, it's more like a this, right? Like this. That baby said, my son legs is like
slay with the Marceau hips, bitch. Slay it. Read the hoes down. Read the bitches down.
You got your leg like this, let me know you ain't satisfying Tisha.
Girl, I'd have piggy the fuck back. You hear me?
Big Daddy's legs gotta be open because he's slanging, okay?
Listen, I'd have been on. Listen, Carlos would have had to get me off their neck because I promise you, I'd have just said little shit here and there. You better slay, bitch. That's what I'm talking about. The baddest bitch ever. That's why I oversee bitch culture. Look at that bad bitch, bad hips, bad leg over one. Bad bitch. Oh, that bad bitch can sit up here on this motherfucking panel. A boss bitch. That's why he don't want to be no Rogers. There's only one boss bitch in that marriage.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
His thick hips and dips more soft.
Yes. Oh man, I know he doesn't have a hook in the curve. What is a hook in the curve? What is that? What is that?
I don't know why a hook and a curve is the same thing.
I was trying to figure it out. Like, you got both? What is it?
It's a synonym. It's the same thing. The hook is the curve.
Okay, because he said and the curve.
There is no and. It's a synonym. Y'all know Martell ain't smart. He don't know how to put words together. Remember he tried to do that.
He don't even know what he got then. He don't know what it is.
No, we seen it on the Housewives. We seen it. He got some things down there.
He might be
because he was getting dressed and we saw it.
Yeah. Okay.
So but that's what I'm saying. He just because you have it, you still gotta know what you're doing. And every woman's body and what pleases them is different. You cannot do the same thing for everybody.
Let's just keep it real. Every woman doesn't want peasant treatment, if that makes sense. Some people want queen treatment. Some like peasant treatment. So, just keep it going. All right. So then we get Kiki. She comes out. I didn't get a picture of Kiki and her fashions. She had the nice little bob braids going on. And I liked her hair. I really did like her. Y'all know I'm in the braid season. I still got my goal was to keep braids for a full year. So I still have until like April. And you see, I switched it up this time. I was like, I'm tired of the long braids. So I was like, okay, Kiki, I might give me a little bob. It was cute. It was real cute. So let's get in on Kiki a little bit. We got a couple of clips on Miss Kiki. Lord Jesus.
Why is it that you broke your pact with Tisha?
I did not break my pact. These were not allegations that were brought on by me. She approached me. Letitia informed me that was going around spreading these rumors.
Off camera?
Yes, off camera. So, of course, with me being in the situation, us being in the situation that we were in, I said, let me speak to about this. Eventually, she FaceTimed me. She had a guy on the phone. He is the one who is telling us this stuff about the threesome and all of that stuff. That's what I'm repeating to Mel that he informed me of. I'm saying the whole time, I don't know if this is true.
Why did you feel the need to repeat it to Mel?
Because she asked about where me and Letitia were, and I said, well, I think she's kind of mad at me right now. And I told her why. I explained to her the whole situation.
It's so messy, Carlos. It's like, I don't know what's going on. Her conversation with him didn't sound of a concerned cousin.
Yeah.
Her conversation was,
to decide.
please tell me. Please stop calling me out my name because I haven't called you out your name.
Dumb.
So let's.
And
I'm gonna ignore that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be in denial about it.
What I'm in denial about, Miss Dawson?
That's what I'm not.
Miss
gonna
Jabbar,
do.
what is it I'm in
What
denial
you're
about?
bringing up now.
Kiki, Letitia just asked you, what is it that she's in denial
Yeah. Please
over?
tell me.
What everybody else can see that she can't.
What?
Tell us. She's asking you.
About having a cheater on your
How
own.
do I have a
Everybody
cheater?
can see.
Okay, I'm talking to you. I'm not talking about everybody can see.
Everyone
Hold on,
can
Marcel.
Who
see.
has he cheated with? When have I told you? I'm talking to you, baby. I never came to her in 14, 15, 16, 7 years, caught my husband cheated. Her, on the other hand, she can. She cheated on her husband. Her husband cheating on her. Plenty of time.
Whoa.
She even paid for him to go out on a date with somebody when they first started dating. So who's the dummy?
Do you think they tell them to be dramatic? You think? Because I mean, they be doing the most.
I don't know, because I'd have still been in my sound like the Huntsville streets is talking to me. They got names and faces. She was worried about Huntsville streets with invoice. I'd have never got off her neck because I'd be like, so you don't know who's talking about them invoices, but we got some names over here. Yes. I'm inclined. First of all, I don't know he cheating on her. Now, whether she want to do it, if we ain't got the hardcore proof, whatever. Yeah. Everybody know he cheating on that girl. We got like Kiki giving names and times and all of that.
Names. Now, Love Marriage Huntsville producers and editors will not let us know these names, but the fact that Kiki ain't got no problem putting the name on it makes me feel like it's real. Because she put a name on it. That's one thing we keep saying. Put a name on it. Put a name on it. She keep doing it. We get woof, woof, woof. We can't hear the name of the person at all.
Because you can't put somebody like that on TV. That could be defamation, liability issues, or whatever. So you gotta block the names out. But Kiki, I say this, whether it's true or not, Kiki's not making this up.
Yeah,
she put names on when and how she got it. Now you can discuss whether or not she even had to tell Mel, because again, I feel like with Mel and Tisha's relationship, I don't feel like you should be mentioning shit about your cousin to Mel. Okay. That could be discussed. Mm-hmm. You know, like how she handles things can be discussed, but they keep trying to be dismissive on everything Kiki be saying, and that shit is pissing me off.
Yeah,
like
I believe Kiki. I believe Kiki. I believe that at one point when Kiki and Letitia were cool, Letitia did confide in her cousin about her husband and this, that, and the other. Like, that is normal. So I do believe it. I feel like Kiki was wrong to bring it on the show. If somebody confides in you and they tell you something, you know, like, you're supposed to keep it to yourself regardless. Even if we fall out, we ain't friends no more. Don't spray my stuff on national television. You know what I mean? To get, you know, on the show. Like, that's grimy. However, I do feel like she got some truth in her with what she's saying.
Yeah, like, I just don't think it's just made up out of the blue. Like, she's trying to get necessarily clout by making things up. I think she's taking, like you said, confidential information, side information to the show. Yeah. But I don't think Kiki is just making shit up.
Right. Now, we also, like, I can play the clip, so I'm going to just kind of give y'all like a summary of it. So we get back from I think what happened was it's the next episode. The next episode, part 2, picked up, and then Tisha explained more about the situation. What I liked about Kiki, which I probably should have played, because Kiki was like, and
what's next?
Next, did cheat on me? Did cheat on me next?
No, I didn't pay for the date. I gave him some money. He took another chick out on a date. We worked that out. We're married. We're here. Next.
And what?
Next. Not leaving them. What we got? Yeah. Back to you.
Yeah. I like that. She stood on business. Like,
stand on your business.
It happens.
If you stand like that, people can't use your skeletons against you. Yes. And next. We're back to you.
I cheat on
these people talking about this threesome.
Yes, let's finish that you told me about. Okay, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. Let's get back on topic.
So that's what happened with Kiki. And then they talked about the drug test situation. One thing that came out with the drug test, I didn't get a clip on it, but Carlos did say, like, you took the drug test and it said methadone, but you told us you were taking methadone, but it came back negative. How is that? That was a good ass question, because if you're telling us you're taking methadone, Melody reads what's on the drug test, and methadone was one of the things, and you took, and it was negative. How was it negative? Was it your pee? Was it not your pee? Did you not take it? Did you lie? Like, what happened? So that was a good question. The explanation was nothing. So I don't know what happened with that, but that was a good question, Carlos. I will give you that. Also, the thing about Letitia and Marcel just swearing up and down that you on drugs. No, she on drugs. I know she on drugs. How she act when she on drugs. Marcel was talking about he went to go pick her up at one time, like, you know, in that situation. I don't know if she's on drugs. They also talked about her stealing, possibly allegedly stealing at Home Depot. And she denied that and said it's gonna come out and she's gonna be vindicated because she didn't do it. If she would have did it, why didn't she get arrested? Like, it's okay. So I mean, I really don't know. But that was it for Kiki. You have anything you want to say on Kiki before we wrap up Kiki?
I do feel like Kiki is hiding something. There always seems to be something incomplete with some of the stuff she says, even to the methadone question. Yeah. Was very circular, and I don't understand. Either you weren't compliant with taking the methadone that day or that whatever time frame, and you took the P, or there is something fishy about it. So what is that? So she does seem like she holds some things back, and I don't know all of what it is. There is so that's all I got with Kiki.
Yeah.
Do you want Kiki back next season?
No. No.
Yeah, I don't care either.
Yeah, no. So then we get a clip of Tiffany and Big Lou. They actually come in because we only seen them briefly because they quit the show. So I'm gonna give y'all a little clip of them, and then we can wrap up them.
I'm not gonna say nothing about no apology. At the end of the day, for me personally, it shouldn't have took two men to sit down with one woman.
Tip and I, we had a meeting. Marceau inserted himself.
Did you notice the time that in the meeting I said, hey, let's get Lou involved?
But that was after y'all had sat there and talked for 30 minutes.
I was reacting. I was just reacting to what I thought was an interesting story.
Was after the Karen or before the Karen?
Karen was in there.
When people call you a Karen, does that offend you?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially being the closest to Caucasian on the cast. I mean, I am half white. I was raised by my white family. I don't know which way to take it when it's coming from that side of the room over there.
It's negative.
I think he raised it in a very literal.
It's negative. I'm people now.
When you called her Karen,
it had nothing to do with white. It had something to do with how she acts.
Which is what?
Like a Karen.
What's the description of a Karen?
Didn't I ask what was the definition of? Thank you, Carlos.
Yeah.
Like someone who's over opinionated and puts their opinion over others in that.
So that
we weren't saying you were looking in the mirror.
So you can be a Karen?
No, I don't put my opinion off on other people like that.
You don't?
Tell me a time when I did. Tell me one time when I did. No? Okay, so I'm not a Karen.
He's saying it because of your Caucasian side.
Yeah, I don't say racist stuff like that. I think that's racism. There's plenty of white people that are not Karens, and then there are some people that are Karens that happen to be white.
So black women can be Karens?
I know a mixed woman could be Karen.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really care. I do feel like it was very Karen of Tiffany to say, I feel like I'm the only one that's biracial and that's why you called me a Karen. No, we called you a Karen because you was being messy and you was inserting yourself in people's stuff. But Marceau's a Karen too. Like, it's not a thing where Marceau's not a Karen. It was a Karen calling a Karen out. Like, they're both Karens. I don't really understand, yeah.
But that's not even the definition of a Karen. So now I feel like they're changing the definition. When the Karen first comes into culture, into play, it was about white women that do white supremacist shit.
Right.
I'm going to use 911 as a customer service line from when I'm uncomfortable. Like, they placate to white supremacy. And so they got this term coined as a Karen. Right. So what he was even describing doesn't even fit the cultural definition of what Karen actually is. And anybody technically can be a Karen, because if you are a part of or do things that are white supremacy or anti-black, you too could be coined a Karen. So I just feel like he misused the word. The definition didn't make sense, because then you would be a part of that culture. It was stupid. And the fact that Tiffany is even offended off of any fucking thing after her mouth is crazy to me.
Yes.
You are super messy. There should be nothing that cracks your skin if you want to be that messy. What? Yeah. I'm so glad they gone. Bye, y'all.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, if we're gonna go off of his definition of a Karen, because you're right. When it first came out, it did mean something very specific, and it has gotten a lot broader, since then. But if we're gonna go off of just his definition, he's a Karen too. You're Karen. You insert yourself and your opinions on people that didn't ask you for it all the time. So what are you talking about? You're a Karen calling out another Karen.
You weren't Karen because you didn't have nothing to do with the conversation between Martell and
right.
Tiffany in the first place.
And then calling her a Karen, you're inserting yourself in their conversation.
You're inserting your opinion and put it off her. And then the fact that they dumbasses couldn't even give them the example, which is this situation is the example of you being a Karen.
Right.
Because Marsol is really not as smart as he thinks he is. I was like, yeah. Oh, I'm so glad the Whitlows are gone.
The Whitlows are gone. They're not coming back right now. But Carlos extended the offer that the door is always open. Carlos, close that door.
That's a lie. It's a lie. We don't need you. You can maybe come back, Tiffany, as a friend of the show when somebody needs you to say something they don't want to say. Other than that, we don't need you.
Yeah, take care of the baby.
Just be with baby Ace.
You know, she's dealing with postpartum and all that. She got a new baby. She needs to focus on that. Focus on her business, whatever she got going on. Thank you. Let Lou go coach and y'all good. All right. So the Fletchers come in. And the Fletchers is great. I don't have no clip of them. But Chris did get up there and do a little TikTok dance looking like James Brown with Carlos. I like the Fletchers.
I do too.
Please bring the
Fletchers. They can take
back.
The place of the Whitlows. Absolutely.
We like the Fletchers.
We like the Fletchers a lot.
Then I do have a small clip where Nell is saying something. Because Carlos asked Martell, is it hard for him to like move on with his life because he still has feelings for Mel? So let's do that clip real quick.
It's hard for you to date women because you still have feelings for your ex-wife.
Who said I has to have feelings for my ex-wife?
Well, the cameras have seen it, and you had a conversation with her. Nell said you said it to her too.
Recently, when we argued.
What did I say, Neil?
Well, when we had the scene on the porch, you told me then you still have feelings with Mel. You still love her. If you could change everything, you would change everything, and it would be Mel.
That's the kind of stuff I hear too.
Awesome. You said to somebody.
That's the kind of stuff I hear.
Okay, cool.
When you learned that she had this ceremony and was changing her last name back to Rogers, was that the final nail in the coffin of any hope of reconciliation between the two of you?
You know, if she was about to get remarried or something like that, you know, I'd understand. But just going off and just changing name, and I would say out of the blues, like for what? Why?
Why does it matter to you?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But I mean, since it's, you know, before me, I'm just speaking on it. That's all.
Yeah, I'm just curious. That's all. In terms of why
I mean,
would it matter?
was before me. You know, we discussing it, so that's just how I felt.
But you also discussed it with Ms. Nell.
We was him in the scene. I'm sorry. We were talking about it, so
we talked about it in scene and we talked about it out of scene.
Yeah, and he said little things to me out of scene too. So it's not just for a camera.
You feel like you telling the world right now that you're still in love with Melody. You feel Melody would take that and run with it? Or bury you with the truth?
You know, yeah. No.
Or you think you get in trouble with your wife?
There you go. Thanks, Marcel.
Okay, so one thing that happened that Marcel definitely is trying to play a certain look because the peasant is gonna, you know, say something. We know the peasant watches every episode. The peasant does not play. The peasant watches every episode, and she gives Martell hell when she sees some shit she don't like. So if he were to admit that he still had feelings for Mel, the peasant would have been.
He did. He
did without saying something.
Because when they said, he said, you said it to off camera, you said it to different cast members, and he said, okay.
Cool. And he ain't disputed. He was like, okay, cool.
Okay,
right.
cool.
Right.
And then Mel said he said it to me as well off camera. Like there was no, I don't feel that way. You did not correct anybody. You ran with it. So you already admitted it. That's what the hell you said.
So when I saw that, and then, you know, Martell being arrested after this, it made me wonder if the domestic situation that he's currently going through had anything to do with the peasant, because the peasant saw the episode. Because the peasant, you know, she thinks she won right now. She was at a basketball game. She done went shopping for his kids. She was with his kids on a holiday. Like, she like, oh my God, she letting me show him now. She thinks she won. So to think she won And then to watch the episode where they're saying he still loves Mel, you know she has this big hate for Mel, right? Because she just does. And I was like, oh, I
She's
wonder
not
how
going nowhere.
who the peasant. She's definitely not going nowhere.
Not going nowhere. She's not
She
going
hooked
nowhere.
to that curve, girl. The hook and the curve got her.
She's not going nowhere. So it was what a
But
pointless
she
argument.
probably definitely gave him some hell to pay after that, because you still got
And then here go messy bad bitch Marsal talking about he don't want to upset his wife.
Yes. And then Mel was like, thank you, Marcel, thank you. And then Carlos was like, are you do you have a wife? Do you have this, that, and the other? And he said he was single. Here we go. Let's go to this.
Who is his wife?
Are you in a relationship right now with your child's mother?
No, I'm not. I'm single.
Does she think you're in a relationship?
That Marshall was hell today, bro.
He's lying.
Oh, what?
You think they're in a relationship?
I do, yeah.
Why you think that?
Because when my kids are there, she's there almost every day.
Does it hurt you that she's around your children?
It does not hurt me, no. More than anything, I go into protective mode. Like, I'm never going to trust someone who adored my family setup so much that they worked their ass off to come between it. Of course, with the help of him, but still.
Hey, our children are perfectly fine.
Like I said, for me, knowing that they are around someone who has said such nasty and vile things about their mother and about
when all those babysitters that you had, 11 babysitters,
who said multiple things
you know
about
what
their
I'm saying?
father.
11
See how he
babysitters.
defends her?
Because I
He's
can only
bringing up something
imagine
directly
all
at
those
me when I'm
babysitters that you
talking about a
had, you know?
person who has for years, as he knows, tried to torture and come in between our marriage, DMing me. See, he knows all of those things, and I could keep going. So when he sits there and tries to defend, how dare you?
You know, I'm open, I'm easy when it comes to certain things that you request.
We've had the
But
conversation.
it's difficult when I request
So
something.
here's the thing.
Oh,
I've never had over 11 people watch my children overnight ever. First refusal, first right of refusal is overnight, not to watch your children at
the 11 people are overnight.
No, they have not.
Damn, it's the paperwork.
I know what's in the paperwork. The same way in the paperwork in the court case where you were asked if you were in a relationship with Sheree and you said it was a business arrangement. That's in the paperwork too, verbatim. You know, it's called the clerk typing.
Oh my.
Okay, I do have the second clip for that part, and I want to play it, but I want to unpack this really quick because I was reading some people's comments, just throughout, watching reviews and looking on TikTok and thank you to all the people that I've still stolen TikTok videos from. You see their names, I put them up there so y'all can go follow them. Thank y'all, love y'all. But what do you think about Mel? Because they were saying Mel still hurt. That's why she don't want her kids around her. No, baby, that ain't it. Again, what Mel is saying is, if this person for years has caused turmoil in my life, has harassed me, has made it her mission to try to drag me, say bad stuff about me. She was even involved in a possible revenge P situation. We're talking about leaking a video of Mel having intercourse with her husband. Why would I want my children around somebody like this, right? Why would I? And then what pisses me off is when Mel has a legitimate reason for being uncomfortable with her children being around someone that does not like her, clearly doesn't like her. He goes to, well, you got 11 people watching my kids. What the hell does 11 of my family members that love my children have to do with your peasant watching my kids? What's the difference, Martell? Like, you don't understand how it's a big difference between 11 trusting family members that my kids already know versus your peasant who don't like me, who is always talking about me. Always. Like, I don't understand. He's so damn dumb. And then what is crazy, I thought it was 20 people. It's 11 now. Okay.
I think Martell is really just an unhinged, violent individual. Or I will say has alleged violent tendencies. the way he manipulates, gets jealous, unhinged outbursts that we've seen, he's just not a safe person to be around. And he is a liar and a manipulator. And he constantly just shows us that in real time, all the time. Because we knew you and Sheree were in a business relationship. And the fact that you ran off stage to go bring us some documents when it would be in the court transcript, that's the difference. Where you're a liar, it's not in here. It's in the court transcript.
Here, let me play
so you would have to request that.
Yeah.
To show people that it's not there. But it's just kind of like what do it even matter? Like he finds ways to try to get under her skin and to try to get some form of a reaction, because any reaction from Mel is a good thing for him.
Because it's something. He feel like it's an emotion. It's something. He got something out of her. He got her holding on any way, shape, or form. He got her. Here, let me show y'all the other clip so we can end it with this last clip real quick. Let me show you Martell running off to go get this court document.
If you were in a relationship with Sheree and you said it was a business arrangement, that's in the paperwork too, verbatim. You know, it's called the clerk typing.
Oh my.
It's business.
Hold on,
what you're saying.
So if I go get the paperwork,
Please do. I would love for you to. Yes, please go get it. Go get it.
You such a liar.
No, I'm not.
You're such a liar.
No, I'm not.
You're
Please
such a liar.
No, please go get it. Please go get it. Bring all the pages.
Well, child, he got Tisha's receipt, so
No, let him go get them.
So you let us sit here and ask all these damn questions about being in a business relationship. And
So you kind of giggled when I said that, huh?
But he did.
That was a story.
So I've been knowing that. I've been knowing that.
So what document is that in? Liar?
Not the manila envelope.
Go to the page.
No.
Go to the page when my attorney find it. When my attorney
This is
asks
too
you,
much.
please go to it.
Give
That's not the transcript.
Hold on.
That's not the
Reese said I'm not
transcript.
on the contract.
The transcript with the clerk type when my attorney asks you, it's called the
Who's
transcript. Oh, baby.
You such a liar.
I'm not a liar, because I'll now go pay for the transcript and
Oh,
prove that you
you're
are by
such
the
a
time this
liar.
airs. Yeah, it's okay. My
Oh,
attorney
business
asked.
arrangement.
Yes, he said it's business.
This is
And
what
see, even the fact those papers he had printed for you are the same papers he was sending to bloggers to talk about our children's court cases. That's a disgrace to me.
We gonna talk
I tell
about
you
this.
are the lowest of the
Watch
low
this.
of the scum of this earth.
Mel Martell, I gotta move on.
Pulled the footage.
Liar.
Martell.
Liar.
Martell.
Never.
Making me look horrible out
Never.
here. Making me look
Never.
horrible on TV.
Never.
Making me look horrible on the
I
internet.
need
All the
you
stuff you're
to chill.
discussing,
Okay, I'm
I've
done.
never
Chill, please.
Liar!
Unhinged all the time. Carlos always got to talk you down and crying over your punk ass every goddamn reunion. Unhinged.
You know what? I can't stand Marcel, but Marcel be cracking me up when he like throw little smart things to his own people, like his own.
Yeah.
People. Like
I told y'all he the baddest bitch on the stage, and I stand 10 toes behind it.
It was like, oh, he what did he say he did? He stormed off. He did storm off. He jumped up. You mad?
I get to go get this manila folder. Find it. Where?
This Negro knows that he said that in court. You know you said Sheree was a business arrangement, fool.
That man, I don't know if he need medication or what, because I'm just like, yo, like something is really wrong with you. Like, look how passionate he is about something he know happened.
He know happened.
Liar!
I hope Mel, because Mel, we ain't got them transcripts yet. I want you to bring them to the podcast, the Carlos podcast that you're gonna have pretty soon. Just bring the transcripts with you to that. We await.
Well, since we coming to the end of that, and real quick, Love and Marriage Huntsville tea before we close out. So after all of this and it aired, the last episode aired, all of these different things, you know, Martell get to typing on the Instagrams, basically blaming production about the way he's been kind of filmed, and even blames Carlos as well, and then gets arrested. I saw a recap of Married to Medicine with Carlos and Dr. Heavenly.
Mm-hmm.
And Carlos said that you have to see how things play out because they're currently filming.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that Martell is currently on the cast, or do you think what's going to play out is just maybe a confessional of his ass leaving? What do you think is the what is your guess for next season with Love and Marriage Huntsville?
I think Martell is gonna, if this show is gonna continue, they're gonna have to let him go. He wants Ariane on the show at this point. He said something about feel my real life, you know what I mean, all that kind of stuff, and that's all she says. They need me on the show. They need me on the show. So that is what he wants. He gonna have to shop somewhere else. That's not gonna happen on Love and Marriage Huntsville, right? Melody is still an executive producer. She's not letting the peasant come on the show. It's not, no, absolutely not. It's not going to happen. And I think it's weird that Martell fought for Mel not to have her kids on the show, right? You know, we haven't seen the Eminem kids anymore. We don't see them on her social media. We don't get to see them on the show anymore. And the peasant posts the kids on social media herself. So it's interesting that she can post the children on Mel's children on her social media, but Mel can't post her own kids. Yeah, I think that he's gonna have to go because people are now starting to make petitions and like they want him off for real.
Yeah, it's a very toxic work environment at this point. And I just don't know what else we need to see from Martell. Like it's an unhinged, very toxic situation. A lot of stuff plays out on social media that I don't think they bring full circle really well as far as their storyboards.
I feel like Carlos would love to keep Martell. I think Carlos has a crush on Martell, and I also feel like Carlos love the messiness. Watch him, like when they're going back and forth. You know, guys, play this back and watch these little clips and watch Carlos. He is sitting there like he is like loving it. He is loving Mel and Martell arguing. He is loving like when Martell got up and stormed off. Like he loves this. If you look at Mel's face and how disgusted she looks, you know what I'm saying? How angry she looks, how fed up she looks, you would think that Carlos would get it. Like, okay, it's time. But he is still grinning and cheesing the whole time like he is in a circus. And this is people's real lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is Mel's real life. That's one thing I was talking to one of my friends about, because they said they like Giselle on Potomac. And I was explaining why I don't like Giselle, because Giselle was messing with people's real lives. Like, you're creating situations for people's, because you ain't got shit going on in your life don't mean mess up mine. And that's what Giselle was doing. So Carlos is really interfering with Mel's real life. She's been to court for real about her children. She's gotten a real divorce. The real side chick is constantly going live, talking stuff, throwing shade. The side chick did a real interview with Tasha K. Like, this is Mel's real life. This is not some scripted reality TV show where you've conspired and made situations for TV. This is her real life. And he is enjoying it. And I feel like if Martell don't go, Mel need to go. Just walk the fuck away.
I agree. I think at this point, like I said, it's just a toxic work environment. There's nothing more that Martell and Mel together on screen can give us. It's just too much. It's too dark.
Yeah.
And it's unfair at this point. It's not even entertainment. It's just really unfair to continue to be around this type of person where I already got to see you for kid related shit. Now I got to see you at my job. It's too much. Just let his ass go.
Yeah, let him go.
He doesn't bring anything. He don't even have a place to live barely. Like, just let him go.
That's why he's with the peasant. So last clip of the actual show, and then we'll go to the part 3 trailer and wrap it up. So this happened. Stormy's mama came on the damn stage.
I would go back and read any of the comments on your tweets.
Miss Betty, honestly, you have enough going on with your own family, with your sister and family, from what I just saw. Worry about that. But get out of this one. That's what I'm saying. Get out of this one, sweetie. I'm trying to be respectful, but I'm not here for you at all. I don't have a problem with you. I ain't have a problem with you. I don't have a problem with you because you're too old
wrong with me to have a problem with you. You're old enough to be my mother.
Yes, Stormy.
You don't know me.
You still arguing with a man you've been divorced from for 3 years.
Hold on, Miss Betty.
Mama,
Please
No,
stop.
no, no.
you heard it. I did not. Please repeat it. I don't. Please repeat it. She's a demon.
So
Poor
Betty
Stormy.
came in and they tried to make Betty like the Wanda replacement. Betty is a fan of the show. Betty is a fan of the show that be in the Facebook group on Facebook talking about Love Marriage Huntsville. And when Betty got up there, Betty was explaining how she was mad about something that happened with Mel and Stormy. Mel, when she had said people was recording her privately. We all thought she was talking about Destiny, but people were saying it was Stormy. So from then, people start coming for Stormy. Mel's mother said that Mel know about them groups and she be seeing what's going on in them groups and she could have came in the group and said something to clear it up. First of all, Mel is not supposed to be in them Facebook groups talking to people back and forth just because you doing it. Like, girl, I had to leave the Love and Marriage Huntsville group on Facebook because it was freaking ridiculous. Okay? Like, ridiculous. And I'm sorry, but me, who is not on the show, it was too much for me. I'm sure Mel ain't in that damn group. Now, Mel
but I to be fair, this is why I do like Stormy. To be fair, I actually think Stormy has a legitimate uncomfortability with Mel.
Mm-hmm.
Mel would be disingenuous to say she don't see the fodder that goes on the internet. She is cool with bloggers. She will go and even do interviews on smaller blog channels. She keeps her ear to the internet streets, even if she doesn't respond to every single thing. When there was tension arising because she filmed Stormy into that scene, and Stormy had a very rough season last year, I do feel like she could have clarified it prior to Stormy having to ask, which is what was said. I had to, basically ask you to do it. And I do think that sometimes Mel is a little like that part about her do irritate me, just like the whole conversation they had about the phone number thing. And she's like, oh, you could have messaged me on IG. Like, why do I have to do all those loops and hoops to get
to you?
To
talk to you.
Right. If you got another phone, did the contact not transfer over? Like, that little shit is
you got a new phone. If you really rocking me, you would have reached out to me and told me you got a new number.
That new phone number. Like, stop playing it. That's the part where I do feel like Mel be playing them motherfuckers.
I agree with you, and I agree with Stormy as far as Mel could have came out with a statement saying that. What I don't agree with is Miss Betty talking about the damn Facebook group, because she was talking about the group. She was talking strictly about the group because she said you in them groups. Girl, just because you and Wanda be in them groups, reading up all the gossip, talking about the streets, don't mean that the cast be in the groups. You know what I'm saying?
But let's say she was in the group. Let's say she was in the group, meaning she reads the comments or somebody screenshots her the comments of the group or whatever, and that's how she kind of knows what's going on.
Yeah.
This beef has nothing to do with you, Betty. And that's what this blowing my mind and what is very embarrassing for your daughter, because you're putting her in a very unique position. If Mel cusses your ass out because you keep coming and you see Stormy even trying to tell you, Betty, shut up,
right?
And you giggling and stuff, like, you look a mess.
You do.
You honestly look a mess. This is probably why your sister ain't coming over there.
And this is what Mel said. You too old. I'm trying to be respectful. Like, just worry about your own business. Don't worry about my business. Like, let me handle my business. You worry about your own stuff, because Betty not only is talking about that Stormy stuff, but she goes in, she pulled a Wanda. Like, you talk about one thing and then you start throwing, oh yeah, well, you arguing with your ex-husband. Bitch, shut up. Where is yours? Where's yours? Go focus on your husband.
That's what I'm saying. And this is that, no, but for real, that be the line when it comes to these mamas on the show. Yeah. Because it's like you trying to bait a banter back and forth, which is gonna lead to a lot of disrespect.
And then when I give it to you, it's gonna be you younger than me. I'm an elder. Don't talk to me any kind of way. Well, don't start no stuff. Won't be no stuff. Leave me alone.
You can't be going back and forth with this banter. See, now you talking about her ex-husband and stuff. Now, if she would have started bringing up y'all family shit on a back and forth banter, right? Now, Stormy in the club, everybody upset. Stop trying to participate in this banter back and forth, because it'd have been game on.
It ain't got nothing to do
You need
with
to go take care of your mama and stop coming in this conversation.
Right.
Now you would have been mad and crying because you would have said, I've been talking about your mama. No, for real, you need to go. Didn't you say you needed a break? You shouldn't even be here. You need to take a break from your mama.
Yep. For real. For real. Period.
And if she would have said that, I promise you, Betty would have flipped the table. She talking about my sick mama. Because you hear bantering with me about a Facebook group.
Yeah.
You
but
might
that, again, I'm Mel said it. When you go low, I go to hell. Mel, take it to hell. Take it to hell on Betty.
Because Mel I think Mel does a really good job of trying not to.
She do with her elders, because even with Wanda, she had a whole bunch of restraint. I would have fought her old ass. I can't be on these shows. Like,
and she protects her mama too, because Mel won't let her mama get into that. Because I guarantee you, don't let that Christian fool you. I know she been wanting to cut some mamas out for coming at her daughter like that. And I think Mel proceeds to step in because she doesn't want her mother to be portrayed like that on television. So that is a trait that I do like about Mel, is that I can see the restraint of knowing what position this person is in. But girl, I'd have said that one line. Like I said, the whole reunion would have been highlights and reels. I said you need to focus on your mother's needs. You need to prioritize that and stay out of your daughter's business. If the issue is with your daughter, me and your daughter need to have this conversation. You don't need to be in this type of business. You need to figure out why your sister ain't coming every third Saturday like she said. That's what you need to figure out. Because she walked away. Ain't no hugs from what I saw at the fish fry. You might want to call your sister. It's looking like a movie, a episode of Soul Food over there. You might want to figure out what's going to happen when Big Mama go. Who going to keep the family together? You might want to get ready to be the matriarch of your family. And if the matriarch is being on Facebook, this is sad.
Yeah.
If this is the future of the family, because grandma's sick. Big Mama's sick. And this is what she left behind. This is the legacy. You and your dog kikiing on a couch.
She called her a demon.
When I say everybody would have got a smoke and smoke, and then I would have had to come to Stormy and say, "Listen, I apologize for your mother's actions I had to respond to." Because I can't say necessarily that I'm mad about what I said, but I understand the position you in as a daughter.
Yeah.
And that I'm sorry she put us both in that position of that banter, because she had the wrong one, and you have to let her know that. You got to let Betty Boop know that I'm not the one to bop with.
Because she wanted it. She wanted it. I gave it to her.
Smoke.
Stand on
business. I would tell Stormy, I'm sorry, Stormy. Betty wants to smoke.
So I'm going to give it to
her. Her and her Bob wants to be here.
Yes. She wants
and I'm here to help her and welcome her into that. She want to be here. I'm going to give her something to post tonight on Facebook.
Yes, this is going to make your group highlight, girl. Let's give you a moment because you want it.
You want the moment. I'm going to give you the moment.
Okay, so we got one more part coming up. Part 3 is coming on Saturday. Here's the trailer for part 3.
Find out your husband's cheating on you now. Martell, who was the woman you brought to the house after hours? How long was she over there?
About an hour and a half.
Oh, that's all you need is an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I get the job done. I mean, she got the job done in an hour and a half.
Do you think he brought the woman to get you jealous?
Didn't you get a massage too?
Martell, you have lied so much to everybody
what am I lying
on
about?
this stage.
Stop. I don't like that. Don't call me a liar. What am I lying
you
about?
a liar.
What am I lying about? I'm sorry, Cole.
You always lying about.
Stop.
Would you like to reconcile your friendship and relationship with Tisha?
She tried to block my daughter's number out her daughter's phone.
I never did that.
All right, we're gonna move.
When?
Okay,
I've never
Kiki.
ever in my life done that.
Kiki.
Ever.
Do you think Tisha's capable of stepping out on you?
Yes. What? Does he have a vagina and a mouth?
And you know what? Stormy should have said, well, look at that. That ain't even Huntsville streets talking. That's what husband talking. On her neck. You hear me? All 3 parts. Look at that. So would you look at that? Worried about these invoices. Your husband said you definitely a cheater. Cheater, pumpkin eater. But what you not is a boss. That's one thing he still ain't gave you, babe.
Why are they so obsessed with cheating on this show? Like the way Carlos.
I don't think that question was appropriate to Neil. I
didn't like that. They've been asking Neil this the whole season. Letitia asked her that. How did you feel how did you do it when your husband cheated on you? Bitch, how do you feel when your husband asked without you?
I would have been like, is that what you feel like you're experiencing? So you're trying to navigate? That's a really interesting question to walk into.
Getting up there. Here's the thing. Neil and Chris Fletcher have worked through it, right? They have worked through it. They are still together. They have worked through it. Why would you want to throw that up in their face?
Again, it's all in the way that you respond. Because when Tisha asked them that at the table, I would have asked her, "Are you trying to bond over mutual?"
Why do you feel like you? And then the fact that you asked it in front of people like your husband, I feel like if Letitia really wanted to talk to Nell, could have been a one-on-one conversation. Miss Nell, can we go out for lunch and I can talk to you? And then she could have asked her because Letitia's asking because Letitia definitely has feelings, right? So she's trying to figure out what's going on. I feel like the fact that she asked Nell like that in front of Chris and in front of Marceau, Nell should have been like, why? Do you think that your husband's cheating on you?
Do you have a she would like to share and navigate together?
Because, me and Chris can help you guys work through this because we've gone through it. Is that what you guys are looking for?
That would be the only thing that would make that question appropriate in our first encounter at this dinner. Y'all have some
overcome infidelity. You guys trying to overcome it?
I've seen the pictures about Atlanta. Okay. Is that what we talking about, or the hairdresser rumor,
or the back?
The back shots, or all of it, or what Kiki done said, or what we talking about?
What's up? She should have.
She should.
I'm telling you, that was so inappropriate, and even Carlos bringing it up is inappropriate as shit. I don't know why they mess with them people. They ain't gave them enough airtime for that yet. Nell will talk about it on her story next season. When she wants
to.
Hey,
you know what? I don't feel like they be giving Carlos a little bit of pushback because that's what I would have probably told her. I'd be like, you know what, Carlos, for now, for our introduction, I think I with that. But when you put me on next season, maybe we can go into that a little bit more of how we navigated that. But I think what y'all got is what we got. Yeah. Run that check. That would have made them giggle.
Yep.
Run that check up. Let's come back next season and ask us that question.
That'd have been a good answer. Like, you know what? We could talk about that next season.
When we get some more camera time, we'll go into that for you for us to have a real good discussion. Let's put that on the next season storyboard.
Check. Because that's what a boss does,
That Tisha is not.
Okay. All right, guys. So that's it. That's part 1 and 2 of the Love Marriage Huntsville season 6 reunion shows. Again, we have Saturday, the 3rd part, the final part. So we'll come back and review that as well. Karma, you want to do a hot topic show Friday?
Yeah, let's do a hot topic show Friday. It's January and it's a lot going on. People eating mice, catfish, aliens in the mall, like gypsy rolls is out. It's a lot going on, and we ain't even really into 2024. It's a lot. Y'all doing a lot right now.
Cat came out and spilled everybody's business.
I really enjoyed it as well. You know that podcast got like 50 million views.
It's
unfucking heard of.
Yeah.
Bananas.
Yeah.
And Tasha K being sued again.
I heard by Kevin Hart. Yeah. And she just leaked something too. Oh, yeah, she's on Martell's side. She said something crazy about Martell being locked up, and she feel like it's Melody that got him locked up, and Melody's bitter. Girl, sit down somewhere. Like, anyway.
That's another one. I want to talk to your boss. Where's Cardi B? That's what I'm saying. I'd have been eating some of these people up for lunch because that one right there, I'd have been like, I want to talk to your employer. Bacalis? Is that her name? Is that Cardi B? Bacalis? Bacardi? See, I want to talk to them. I want to talk to your boss.
Yeah. Let's figure it out. Let's figure out where are these payments coming from? Are you not paying your invoices?
Girl. So yeah, we're gonna do one on Friday. I think it's a couple of good things to talk about and a couple of good viral videos that's been around. Y'all got to go on my page to see that lady that ate a mouse.
I don't know why Karma tagged me in this.
Girl, she called it a sea land boil, y'all, and she said she had a mouse. I don't know if she called it in her house.
And she tried to warn us too, like don't eat it. Wasn't nobody trying to.
But here's the thing. Where'd she get it from? Your house? Did you go to the pet store?
I wasn't.
Where did you get it?
What did she call it? A sea land boil.
A sea land boil. What I tell y'all, I haven't laughed like that. And God forgive me, but the initial Tessa, yes, like when she got it, like I haven't laughed at her since that. And at least with her, I understood like it was an aerosol can, but there is like it is.
Yeah.
You went and got a mouse? That wasn't a mouse or a rat. Because a rat is a whole different level because they carry diseases.
Karma sent me the video, y'all, on TikTok. So then I go to the girl's page and I just start going to other videos to see if it was a skit. Like, I'm like, was that real? And I'm looking at other videos and how she talked and how she conducted herself. And I said, oh, Lord, have mercy. This lady really ate a mouse. What is wrong with you?
And I want to update. We want to know if you got some shots. I'm watching for an update.
Yeah,
I sent that as my bookmark because I need to go back and figure out what's the next step since you came and told us that you ate
the red stuff on your neck. What's you allergic to the mouse? She said it might have had rabies, y'all.
Oh Lord, like it kept going, didn't it? I watched that video 10 times because it kept on going. You know what? At 2024, some of y'all got a real bad kink for embarrassment.
Yeah.
Like y'all like purposely put yourself in embarrassing situations like Zonique and her baby daddy. And we gonna get to like an embarrassment kink conversation. Cause like y'all will see it, watch it, upload it, and it's like you don't
and then double down on it. Like,
you don't feel embarrassed.
I got secondhand embarrassment for so many people already in 2024. Don't make
already
no
in
sense.
2024.
It's secondhand. It is like I'll be like, ooh, like it's just secondhand. But we're gonna give y'all so much more, y'all. So make sure y'all come Friday where we can talk about these hot topics. I'm actually gonna sit here for like an hour and try to piece together a couple of hot topics so I ain't gotta rush on Friday. So we love y'all. We thank y'all for rocking with us. And leave some comments and let us know what y'all thought about the Love Marriage Huntsville reunion, part 1 and 2. We'll talk to y'all Friday, guys.
Bye.